So, what is that one thing that never stops? I've written 150 books, and the one thing that never stops and never ceases is marketing and promotions. That's the part that most authors are like, "Ooh, I don't like that part. Oh, Miss Julia, can't you just take my book?" Now, I've been doing this like 18 plus years. So I've had people literally say, I'll write the book and just hand it to you and do what with it? You want me to do what? And I'm not telling you that they're not willing to pay me to publish and do all the things. They just want it away from them. But then if I take your book on the road with me, they're going to say, "Did you write it?" No, this is not my book. This is one of my clients' books. Yeah, it'll get a lot of eyes on it because y'all know I'm in the streets. I'm at events. But what people really want today, with the economy as it is and people making investments, they want to meet you. They want to meet the author. So, my point today is one thing about this: marketing and promotion never stops. I've said this before and I'll say it again. When the major food chains, they're not paying me to talk about them, so I'm not going to necessarily name them. But when the major food chains, when the celebrities don't have to do media junkets and tours and talk about the latest movie that's coming out, all the famous actors and actresses, when they don't have to do all the podcasts and all the tours on all the television shows and all the major outlets, then that's when we stop. What we always know, even when it's something that's been out a while, if it is timely, if the topic that you've written about is right on time, and hopefully, if I helped you write it, I'm going to help you write something timeless. And what I'm striving to write is timeless as well, and won't be tied to a specific topic forever and ever, and not transcend and transform multiple generations. So, where them books at? Where they at the end? Do you have a box still in the closet? Do you have a box under the bed? Is there a few that you got left in your car? Or are you like some people I know don't have one book on hand? Nothing on hand. Mm, okay, I'm just gonna stop right here. If you need help with that, let's have a conversation. Talk with Royston.com. But one of the things that I did want to tell you is that marketing promotion is an ongoing activity, ongoing. And so, you do promotional planning. That's what I do. Social media posts, videos, and live streams. That's one aspect of it, and it's an important one. There's also events where you vend and you speak. I've been doing that a lot, especially during the summer months, but I do online even in the winter months. But number one, you are an author. You've written a book. God gave you something to say. You're gifted to write. You come up with ideas just looking out the window or walking along the street. It doesn't matter. But with most books, even if they're entertaining, even if they're fictionalized, there's usually a message with it. There is a message with it. Even if it's fictional, it's all about self-discovery, anti-bullying, um, self-esteem, self-worth, the ability to rise and fall and then get back up again, the ability to stand the test of time and go through situations. And how did you do it? Those of you who've written, that tell me all the time, I've written my story. I want to tell my story. I've been through a lot. Yeah, but when you've been through a lot and you have a message to tell, then there's a people waiting for it, but you have to be willing to tell it. You got to be willing to talk about it. You got to be willing to discuss it. You got to be willing to help somebody else. I don't believe you go through anything for just yourself. I do it all the time. There are things I go through and I'm like, why me? And then God says, why not you? And then I realized it wasn't just for me and it wasn't about me. It was to be able to sympathize, empathize with somebody else. So you have a message. And some of you may have to go back and return to it. May have to go get your why. Why'd you write in the first place? But sometimes your why will help motivate and energize and get your marketing and promotions back on task. Why'd you write in the first place? Why did God tell you to write in the first place? Now, I've been recently, I thought it was just, I thought it was just that place, but I still travel from place to place. And I still meet people who said, God told me I was right. They laid me out on the floor. I was prophesied. A stranger came up to me in the grocery store and told me there's a story in me. And have you written anything down? No. I just even had somebody email me. I met you 8 years ago. Okay, well, in 8 years since you met me and you was in my Write That Book Now Right workshop, did you write anything? No, if you in 8 years, boo boo. Come on now. Come on now. So you got to return to your why. Why did you write it? Why? And are you standing in disobedience because you haven't written it? I got condemned myself the other day because, if you can imagine, there are some things that, I need to do and I rearrange and reorder and say, oh, I'll do that first, then I'll do that next. Not knowing that the thing that he told you to do first is going to activate the other things. So you may have a long list and stuff to do, but sometimes the door you're looking to open is not going to open without you doing the first thing he said. So I realized that some people who come to me, now don't get it twisted. I just do what he says. I'm not trying to get no titles or nothing. But sometimes people come to me and they're like, oh, I've written this book. Are you in ministry right now? Nah, no, not really. I go to church. I said, okay. But I realized that talking to them, that book is to activate the ministry God has for them. And you're not going to know the next steps. I tell them, you're not going to know the next steps of what he's calling you to do. He's calling you to do something, but you're not going to know the next steps until you finish this step. You're not going to get to that next level, that next assignment, until you finish this assignment. And I realized that if I hadn't written the first book, which is a book of poetry, which I have not written another book of poetry since, was the door, was the activity, was the one thing that was to activate the other thing. And that really turned not only the key and the lock, but it opened up a whole stratosphere in my creative space when I wrote the first book. But I wouldn't have known that. I couldn't have got to that because singing and music was y'all know that. You know me a long time. That was my whole world. Like, woo, honey bunches. I lived and breathed and everything on the stage. Now, it's going to take God because I don't know what's going to come out. I don't know what's going to come out. But other than that, sometimes that one thing unlocks something else, that opens something else, that opportunity for something else. And realize as the author with a message, you are now the messenger. You are now the messenger. So even though I can say what you wrote in your book and help you move it and help and interview you, it's still not the same thing as the messenger. Because that's what happens often when people are asked, so what's the motivation behind the book? And you go, you may not have written it, may somebody else write, but you still need to know as the messenger, what is the message? What's the point? That's what we talk about in marketing and promotions too. And then the moment. Now, I want to let y'all know something. People think, oh, promotional planning, and I planned it out. And 90 days beforehand, that happened. And 90 days, and I'm going to do this video, and I'm going to do these 30 seconds. Do you realize probably a lot of my marketing and promotions has just been along the way? A lot of some of my book sales have happened in a funeral, at a wedding, in a grocery store. I was editing a book once, and somebody said, what are you reading? And I'm like, well, I'm not reading it. I'm reading it, but I'm editing it. Oh, really? What does that mean? And then it leads into something else. And can I have a card? And boom. It's the reason why I still do old school business cards set on me, promotional materials. Now I may have a brochure or two with me. I believe in that. I do hi hello, the digitals, but I'm still a physical, want to touch it person. Want to give it out physically. I'm old school. I'm still hands on. And the people I meet are old school like that too, because I attract myself. I attract normally me. Not exactly like me, not with my same skin tone, body shape, body type, but people with the same spirit as me. And so I like physical, having something physically in my hand. People coming to me, I've had your business card for 8 years, 7 years, 5 years, 3 years. Oh my gosh, I remember you from last year. Because you never know when that message moment is going to happen. So you have to be ready. Sometimes you interject the message. Sometimes it's in a doctor's office. Sometimes it's in a standing in a long line at the grocery, standing in a long line at the drugstore, standing in a long line wherever. But you just never know where a divine connection, a divine opportunity will present itself. So, not only being prepared with divine opportunities, you have to be intentional about your opportunities, your marketing, getting your book to market. How are people going to buy it? How are people going to get it? And then driving traffic there. Yeah, you have to be intentional about it. When you have something to say, do you have something to say? You don't. You have something to offer or you don't. Do you have something that's transformational? Not just money making, and that's to me sometimes a turn off. Oh, Julia, we can make a lot of money. That doesn't excite me, because what if you don't make a lot of money? And in my experience, because I'm a faith-based person, sometimes God tests me how committed I to the message, even when I'm not making money. Because the first 5 to 7 years in business, I didn't make hardly anything. I have had books on the table and taken the same amount of books back and forth. We've gone to events, multiple day events, sold nothing. Peter, did you catch anything? Nope. We toiled all night and didn't catch nothing. Sometimes you will toil all night and catch nothing, because God wants to know, are you going to keep putting the net out there? Are you going to keep talking about it? Are you going to keep talking about the message that he gave you? Noah preached what? 120 years before the first drop happened. Some of you won't even talk about your book 120 days. After that, you think it's old. The oldest book is still the Bible, and it still sells every year. Oh, don't get me started. Still. So you're the author. It's the thing that never stops. Sorry. You think, oh, it'll just no. Books, literature, message, speaking, marketing and promotions, all of this literary world of education, informing, and entertaining people is a long haul. It's not a sprint. It's not just a quick money grab. This is for the long haul. This can transform many lives. As Queen Esther says, Mordecai says, save much people alive. Because what you have to offer, what God has given you, could be the thing that's going to save somebody else's life. I'm especially, because I'll offer so many tools anyway for people who are that I've published, that I really do a call out for people who self-published, who did it on their own. They're, they figured out how to get the book up on KDP. They figured out how to do that. But the rest of it, they thought KDP was going to do the marketing promotions for them. No. They felt like, well, they will do some if you pay more ads, but that's more money out. They felt like, I can just post the cover and it's going to sell on its own. No. It's an ongoing long-term journey. And especially if you're a natural introvert, as most authors are. Most of them are like, well, I wrote the book, it's in there. No, that's not how that works. It'd be like saying, oh, the movie's in the theater, just go see it. No, well, what's it about? Why do I need to put clothes on and get in my car and spend expensive gasoline without knowing a little bit about what the movie is going to be about before I get there? Because otherwise, I'll wait until the on demand boys have it, right? Mm. And of course, finally, you know, you want to be profitable. Whatsoever a man doeth shall prosper. So the thing that you do, you want it to have prosperity income wise, but you also want to have it to have impact. But you still got to tell people. They're not going to just find it out via osmosis. And the social media ads, they help push and get eyes on it, but you still got to tell them why. What is the benefit? How is it going to help them? So, July 28th, that's what I'm here for. Promote That Book Now class. It's a workshop. It's going to be held at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9 p.m. 1 week from tonight. We're going to get started. And the tools that I give you, I have an ebook, I have handouts, you'll get the video replay, whatever we talk about, you'll be able to get it. And the replay from July 28th, only the people in the class get it. So therefore, I do have a pre-recorded course, but this is going to be specialized for you, your book, your topic, your genre, whether it's fiction, nonfiction, whether it's poetry, whether it's children's. And I've written in all those genres. So I look forward to helping you. I don't want anyone to say, oh, she wrote all those books and wouldn't help nobody else. Here we go. I'm ready to help you. Go to RoystonTrainingAcademy.com. Royston Training Academy. Bookmark that website because I'm uploading new classes all the time. I'll be having another one coming up in August and September. So on a monthly basis, I am offering training and classes where I'm pouring my now 18 plus years. BK Royston Publishing was 18 years old in February. It's now July. We're running toward year 19. And God be my helper. I plan to get there. But I want to help you along the way. I want you to profit and benefit and impact the world with your intellectual property. That's what I'm striving to do with mine. But I want to help you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and be a book business boss and impact and transform someone's life with what he's giving you in your hands. Now, there's a lot of other things that we're going to talk about on July 28th. But meet me. Register. RoystonTrainingAcademy.com. Meet me there. It's the thing that never stops. So therefore, the tools that I give you on July 28th, you can use them ongoing, constantly. You can also follow me on social media. And success leaves clues, whatever that looks like for you. So I'm at Julia A. Royston on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Threads, and Lemonade. Yeah, I'm trying my hand out over there too. I'm not really a big X fan. I couldn't, I could be on X. I'm there on X, but these are the 5 spots that I really hang out. And I post and I give you the opportunity to follow me and see all that I'm doing. And we go from there. July 28th, promote that book now. You ready? Go get the box, open it up. How many books you got in there? Go in the closet. Where'd you hide them? That few little bag you got, let's sell them last 5. Let's sell them last 3. Let's get your message in someone else's hand to transform someone else's life. I trust this helps you. I trust this blesses you. If you need me, go to JuliaAKRoyston.com. That's a JULIA, another A and K ROYSTON.com. That's all my websites and all my online stores, as well as you can register to have a conversation at talkwithroyston.com. But if you got a promotional question, join me in class, RoystonTrainingAcademy.com. I look forward to seeing you on July 28th. Be blessed until next time.